We're here with Jason Beres. You just spoke about usability in practice. The tail of screen design. What is the tail of screen design?
So what we talked about was really how to get to the right answer for building screens and web applications or business applications, and really the message is to integrate a user experience process into your engineering process to get to those right answers. So really try to understand the context of the user, how they're going to use the software, understand the tasks and workflows that they need to make their day successful, and coming to the right answer through the use of patterns, validation, wireframes to build software that's successful.
What kind of usability use should technicians take care of when making and designing usability applications?
Yeah, so I think that, usability professionals nowadays, there's lots in the software industry. And so what they do is lots of user research. They're trying to understand what that right answer is. So through things like surveys, observation, eye tracking science, things like that, you end up getting a lot of data. And then what do I do with that data? I make something meaningful out of it. I maybe create some prototypes, create wireframes. I go get those validated, and then I can talk to the development teams and the engineering teams, and we can start building something that will hopefully hit what the users expect when we deliver the software.
Many designers and marketeers and technicians speak about user experience. What is your definition of user experience?
Oh, so user experience, the traditional definition is we talk about usability and then that desire for the software. So you could say, is it look and feel? But really, if you say, is it useful? Is it usable? Is it desirable? Those are three things that if you say, okay, does it help me get my job done? Does it do it the right way? Doesn't throw up any blocks to me? And does it make me feel good when it's happening? That's good user experience.
Okay. Could you describe a successful online dialogue? I mean, most websites nowadays are about dialogues, interaction with the user.
Yeah.
What is a good dialogue?
I think one example that we just built at Infragistics is Quince. It's a user experience patterns library. We use Silverlight, so we had the advantage of taking some of the more modern approaches to subtle animations and affordances in the UI to help people understand where they're at, where they need to go next. So I think you're going to see a lot more RIAs like that, and Quince is an example of a good RIA, that a rich internet application that helps people be more successful at achieving sort of a goal that they have. And Quince has a couple very specific goals. It's I can do style guides and I can do pattern searching. So how do I get there? And I think that's a really good example of something that's out there today.
Could you define the rich part of a rich internet application? Is it about content? Is it about flows or process?
I think it goes back to user experience. Is it a rich user experience? So rich doesn't necessarily mean lots of colors. It doesn't mean lots of animations. I think animations and color are that visual design or the art side that can get in the way of a good user experience. So we have to make sure that we balance. So we talk about the yin and yang of the visual design versus the interaction design. We have to make sure that they're complementary. We don't spend too much time on one or the other, or we end up with something that is either just eye candy or it's just sort of functional. We want to have a meet in the middle so we have a beautiful experience and our users actually have that beautiful experience.
Could you name some of the examples of great usability and user experience?
Yeah, I think one example, and it's going to be controversial, but if you look at Microsoft Office, I mean, it's probably one of the most widely used software applications in the world. And it's the type of app where you don't necessarily need a help file and you can be productive pretty quickly. So Office would be one. I think Outlook obviously is a productivity tool. For Apple, Apple's always known for having a great user experience and creating like beautiful software. So I've used a lot of Apple software, and if I use an Apple Productivity Suite versus a Microsoft Productivity Suite, I don't feel that Apple is that much better in what the outcome is, but there may be little things along the way that help me get my job done a little bit easier. So it's those affordances in the UI that might be more interesting on certain tools. Those are two, and most of us are using productivity tools like that all day. So those are just a couple that I think do deliver a good experience. But I'm excited to see Silverlight and WPF now becoming more mainstream. I think we're going to see a lot more interesting user interfaces and a lot more interesting, rich experiences because the usability side becomes more important now. The interaction design side becomes more important, and then you couple that with a framework, a platform that lets you do beautiful visual design, and I think we're going to see some pretty magical stuff.
Okay, final question. What is the number one rule developers should take care of when doing and making applications?
Oh, understand your user. So that's number one. For years we just kind of built software and said, here it is. try to understand your user, understand the context of use of what they expect you to build, and you're going to be more successful.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.